Good life. Why is it slow? Done. All right. So I'm copying the link now. Somebody already watched it. All right. Yeah. So we are currently on YouTube. You can send this to everyone. That's the link. That's the link right there. So you can copy this to everyone. That's the YouTube link right there. Nobody said anything on the page. Oh. We're supposed to help people know that we are, so class has started. Let me put this up on my status. Class has started. All right, so if you can put that, thank you, Nero, thank you. Let's have other people do the same. Just go on the page and let people be aware that class has started. It's live. Thank you, Nero. Thank you, everyone that is responding. We are helping out for people that may not be aware. So I'm sending that link across, but today we are talking about a very important topic, and I'll be taking 20 to 30 minutes to talk about it. Before. All right. Thank you, Chineme. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you. All right. So coming up now, I just want to be sure. Thank you. Thank you. Please come over. All right. I oftentimes encourage that you are visible. What that means is that I want to see your face. You understand? I don't usually like ghost class where you only see just Rhoda. Thank you for showing your face. I expect John, Adeyemi, Okreka, and Juliet to also do likewise. Today we are talking about IELTS. What does it mean and what is its relevant to anyone that wants to do it? What are the current opportunities that IELTS is offering? And how can you benefit from the privileges of coming through with IELTS and all of that? Okay. So let me start with the full meaning of IELTS. I find it necessary to record this video so that we can take it up from there. IELTS means International English Language Testing System. It is an exam system that was crafted by 3 or 4 country bodies that came together to create a system to test the competence of individuals coming from non-majority English-speaking countries. That is, countries where English is being spoken as a minority and not a majority. That is, countries where English is not their local language. Now, many people argue about this because they feel that Nigeria is a majority English-speaking country. But most people have not come to realize that in Nigeria, English is not our local language. English may be our first language, but English is not a local language. What people adopt to be local language is Pidgin English. And Pidgin English is not even international. You understand? It's only applicable to your locality. And so these four countries came together to test, to strategize how they can test the competence of immigrants, students, and workers on how skilled they are in the use of English language. All right. The four countries include Canada, United States, United Kingdom, and Australia. These four key countries, they came together. And so there are some exams you will see from Cambridge English. That is usually the British Council. There are some exams you will see that they will say IDP. All right. Some exams you will see, they will say MOD. You understand? All of these are just brands from different countries, but offering the same exam. All right. They are offering the same exam, and their major aim is to test the competence of immigrants or prospective immigrants who will like to come into their home to their country to either live, study, or work. Okay. All right. Now, what are the modules that we focus on when it comes to IELTS? There are four modules. Module 1 is called listening. Module 2 is called reading. Module 3 is called writing. Module 4 is called speaking. All right, these are the four modules that are being tested. Now, what do they test in your listening? They test your capacity to hear and listen. Listen is two things in one. Listening means you can hear and you can concentrate on interpreting what you hear. Now, as I'm talking right now, some people may be doing something like maybe they may be washing plates or they may be walking somewhere. They may be hearing my voice, but that doesn't mean that what I'm saying, they are able to interpret it. Are you following me now? They know that somebody is talking, but they cannot interpret it into action. Do you understand me now? That is hearing and listening. They are two different things. So your ability to concentrate in hearing is tested by the listening module. And how do they do it? They play an audio and then they set 40 questions from the audio. The audio will keep on playing as a conversation while you'll be expected to respond to the audio by writing the exact answers from each and every of the questions that come from that audio. And there are four things that they often test for. The first thing is called monologue, dialogue. It's a dialogue, a social dialogue. The second one is a social monologue. The third one is academic dialogue, and the third one is academic monologue. So the first one, you will find it, you find someone that is in a hotel talking to another person that is going to, maybe to be, maybe a customer versus a hotelier. All right, they will be having conversations and they want to interpret what they are saying via questions that are asked. The second thing that could come up is a monologue about a particular mountain or a particular cinema. Somebody that will just be reciting something about a class or a recitation about a class or a big library, a social monologue. Now, what is monologue? Monologue is when somebody is talking about something to an audience or to himself. That's monologue. Dialogue is when you are talking to somebody about something and there is a conversation between you and the person. So so there are four aspects in this listening test. I said the first one is the social monologue. Social dialogue and social monologue. Then you have academic dialogue and then academic monologue. So the third aspect, the third class, which is the academic dialogue is a conversation between a lecturer and two students, usually about research, while the fourth one is a professor or a doctor that is reading a particular story or history about a subject at an academic level. So these are the things you will find in IELTS, and there are 40 questions. You are expected to answer within 40 minutes and copy your answer, and then you submit. You understand? So if you're able to get above 30, usually any country will accept you. With that capacity. Then the second one is the reading test. The reading test comes via passages that are true life stories of events that are taking place in the past. Usually, many of these essays are called or passages are called from news outlets. All right, and then they will set out questions from them, about 40 questions as well, under 60 minutes. You're expected to answer these 40 questions in 60 minutes, and if you get above 30 in the 40 questions, you will easily enter any country, including Canada. All right. And then the third one is the writing test. The writing test is split into two parts. We have task 1 and task 2. Task 1 is usually a letter writing or analytic essay, while task 2 is always a descriptive essay. And what would they ask you to do? They will ask you to write a letter to somebody, whether it's your family or to a company, about an employment, a complaint, a job inquiry, or anything. And then you are expected to write 150 words. And if you're able to get above 7 in letter writing, and you get above 7 in the descriptive essay, you pass you pass over to any country. All right. So the descriptive essay will come in form of either an opinion essay or an idea essay. Opinion meaning that they will ask you, what do you think about this? Or an idea meaning that they will ask you what they will ask you to tell us what you know. So there's different. One is, what do you think? The other one is, what do you know? So they will ask those kind of questions. They will ask them of the two, and then if you get above 7 in their marking system, you enter any country. The fourth one is speaking. Under speaking, there are 3 aspects. The first aspect is the introduction. They ask you your name, where do you work, what do you do, and all of that. Second one, they will ask you to give a speech of 2 minutes. And in that 2 minutes, you'll be required to talk about anything, a tourist that you have gone to, an event that happened to you that you like, and you'll be given 1 minute to prepare your test. And then number 3 is an interview. They will ask you about 10 questions, and you'll be expected to explain your answers. If you're able to do well with all of those interviews and you have above 7, you will enter any country of your choice. Now, how does IELTS work? All right. If you are a student, you will majorly need IELTS academic, whether for your master's, for your degree, or for your PhD. To any of these countries I mentioned, Australia, Canada, USA, UK, you will likely need IELTS academics. If you are an immigrant, you will likely need IELTS general. Usually they ask for IELTS general just for immigrants, so that in case you want to work, you can use it to work as an immigrant. Number 3, if you are you want to work in Canada, you will need IELTS general, to work in Canada. If you want to work in the UK as a carer, you will also need IELTS general. And then number 5, if you want to work as a nurse or as a doctor, physiotherapist, or lab scientist or dentist, you will need IELTS academic at different phases and levels. Is that okay? So as such, usually countries change their band score for what exact level you will need to, the level you need to get to. They change that. But notwithstanding, it doesn't still imply that you cannot actually enter the country you are going to. But more importantly, it is important that you actually have this mindset of a broad spectrum mindset. Now, what do you do when you want to take a journey outside the country? Maybe you want to travel out, what's the first thing to do? The first thing to do is to determine which country you are going. Second thing is to determine what is their requirement. And the third thing is to start from the most difficult. Now, what I've observed is that IELTS appears to be the most difficult requirement because it's an exam. Usually, if you want to, apply for a job, they will ask you to do, maybe as a healthcare worker in the UK, you will have to be asked to do one exam called this CARES exam. It's very easy exam. Anybody can do it with your eyes closed. You understand? If you want to be work as a nurse, you have to do one exam called CBT. If you want to do work as a doctor, you have to do one exam called PLEB 1, PLAB 1, PLAB 2, and other exams like that. If you want to work in USA, you'll be asked to do one exam called CGFNS or NCLEX, all right? And same thing with UK, with Canada. But all of these exams are professional exams that you can easily answer. But when it comes to IELTS, it is one exam that is not easy to write. And that's the reason why separating time to prepare for the exam is the greatest wisdom you can apply when it comes to preparing for it. Separating time to prepare for the exam is the greatest wisdom you can apply. And if you apply that wisdom, nothing will meet you unawares. I had the story of a lady currently who were working together, and she told me that she wrote IELTS when she never needed it. Did you hear what I said? She did what? Please, if you heard me, can you write it down? She wrote IELTS when she never needed it. She knew she wanted to travel out. She knew there would be requirements. And she knew one of the requirements would be what? IELTS. She wanted to prepare for the exam and she wrote it. Now, after a year and 6 months later, an opportunity came. And it was begging. The opportunity was really begging. Who asked this exam now? And she was ready. And that was how she traveled out. Right now, she's a manager. You understand my point now? And the funny thing about it was that she even wrote it once. You know my point now? So most people, when the issue of traveling out comes to their mind, say, and I want to travel out too. But not now, not now. Maybe in 3 years' time, Now, the bottom line is that they know that even in that 2 years' time, the requirement for IELTS may get worse. So if you have the opportunity to write the exam, you have the mind to travel out right now. It's in your mind. But you don't know where you are going. You don't know what you want to do. You need to settle down and possibly find a way to write the exam and pass. The exam is valid for 2 years. So if you pass it down, you can use it for 2 years, within 2 years. If any opportunity comes in that 2 years, that's a big one for you. So who are the people that need the exam? Anybody that wants to travel out. Simple. Except you want to go to maybe Iraq, or you want to go to anywhere around maybe the Asian countries. But if you're going to European countries, American countries, Australian countries, consider writing the exam and writing it as quickly as you can. All right. Now, why is IELTS looking tough? Very simple. IELTS is an habit exam, not a knowledge exam. IELTS is a skill exam, not a knowledge exam. Write this down. IELTS is the what? Skill exam. It requires a lot of skill and a lot of what? Consistency in building your skill. All right. So there was some questions I asked yesterday on the free platform. I'm going to go back to the questions now. All right. And I'm going to answer the questions. The first question I asked was that I said, where are the questions now? Oh, I'm up in the wrong place. All right. So the first question I asked was, where are you? Okay. I said, when are you writing? Good one. Oh, how did you disappear so? When are you writing your exams? I wanted this thing to be showing my face as I'm doing this thing as I'm doing. And two people said they want to write in January. 5 said they want to write in February. 9 said they want to write in March. 3 said they want to write they don't have plan to 2025. And 4 said they are scared. All right. Now listen to me. Is there anyone that is here now that you answer that question? If you are here now and you answer that question, please repeat your answer. Yes, Julian already said they want to write in February. All right. Now, there was a reason why I asked that question. And that reason will lead me to the second question. Juliet, thank you for that. Let me go back to the question. Please, if you are on the page and you answer that question, please answer it again. When do you want to write IELTS exam? Let me go back. Number 2 question I asked was, how do you know you are ready for the exam? Nobody picked assurance. 11 people picked regular practice. 6 people picked required band score, and 1 person picked confidence. Can I shock you? The people that picked required band score, they were the only one that got the answer. How you will know you are ready is that while you are practicing, you will begin to see your band score. You will begin to see your band score while you are practicing. That's how you know that you are ready. Does that make sense? So if you used to get band score 5, 5, 5, 5, you now say, I believe if I go and write now, I will have band score 7. I want to surprise you. You will actually have band score 4. Yes, you will have band score 4 in the exam. Exactly. Do you get my point now? It is what you are getting while you are in your practice that will be replicated when you get to the exam hall. And the way you will know is that you will continually find yourself getting that score in practice. All right. So now I'm using this opportunity to talk to people that want to write in January and February. Are you getting your required band score in practice now? If yes, answer me now. If yes, answer me now. If you are getting your required band score now, if yes, answer me now. I want to just confirm whether if maybe you do your listening, you are getting your 7.5, reading 7.5, writing, something like that. You are getting your required band score now. Now, the only way to be very familiar, just know that if the answer is no, the answer is even if you are passing every day, you are not ready. Why is everybody blank? I hope everybody is fine. Hello. I'm not seeing anybody's. What's happening? No. I hope it's not a problem. Let me see. Okay. Why is everybody camera off? You almost run. I will run this class shortly now. I get turned off when we have not seen people's faces. But the third question is, how do you schedule practice time? 6 says by setting daily timing, and then 11 says by practicing when it's convenient. Why 0 didn't pick anything? Now the answer is by setting daily timing. That's the answer. You must have a time of practice that you have set up that you must not miss for 50 days before your exam. If you can't make 50 days, then you must make 30 days. If you can't make 30 days, forget it. 30 days of consistent practicing that is specific to a particular time of the day. Continually, but on the right method, not just practicing blindly, on the right method. Okay. Adeyemi, Juliet, Clara, what is happening? Everybody is off. Okay. Now, in rounding up, I'm using this privilege to, extend my olive hand to as many as are looking to write the exam in the next 2 months, January, February. Don't waste your energy going for the exam without preparation. There is a platform where pressure is being put on people now to practice. No leisure. There is it. There is motivation. Join that platform and find out how best you can push yourself to follow the requirements for success. If you don't do it now, you do it later. And the best time is what? It's now. All right. If you still have any further questions about IELTS, further inquiries, you want to know one or two things, want to confirm one or two things, just feel free to chat me on the free page. I will be happy to answer your questions. I don't know if anybody's saying anything on YouTube. Let me just see that. If anybody's saying anything on YouTube, I will be happy to respond to that. Okay. Three people are watching. Three people are watching, and there are no questions. All right. So, I'd like to appreciate everyone. The class is getting hotter and hotter every day. Like I said, the free platform is just to give you a teaser and make you to have a will towards the exam, while the paid platform is to help you to actually prepare the preparation itself. And so don't waste any time. You have people that are actually looking out to pass the exam within the shortest possible time. Let them be aware now. Put them under pressure to join the fast-paced class and let us get the best out of them. All right. So thank you, everyone. We are moving to our paid class right now. You want to join the paid class for any reason? Just send a message to me right away. I'll refer to the appropriate quarter so that you can start you can join, you can be part of it, and then we can have the best from it. All right. Let me see if there's anybody that has sent anything. All right then. Somebody said data consumption. Of course. One of the things we try to do on our platform is to ensure that people actually have the data that they need. If you want data, we give data for free. Except you don't ask. If you ask, it shall be given to you. All right. So thank you, everyone. We're moving off to the paid class right now. Have a wonderful day.